Pastor Lonnie here. You know, one of the men in my church asked me, how long does it take for me to prepare for a Sunday morning teaching? And I thought, that's a good question. And I sort of wanted to address that on my little behind the scenes with Pastor Lonnie here. And then I thought about, you know, when you prepare a teaching, and I'm talking again about pastors who want to stay relevant and those who want to really be effective in terms of helping people. Listen, folks, it's not just about putting a sermon down. I mean, anybody can do that. Any people who write speeches can do that. But preparing a sermon where lives are affected and changed, it's more about blocking out distraction in your life. It's more about blocking out drama so that we can get quiet. And this is how I do it. I work more on getting quiet so I can connect to God rather than so much working on my sermon. Fred Price told me once, he said, if you work more on yourself than your sermon, then the sermon will always be right. And so he told me that years ago, and I use that philosophy. I work on me. And so I don't do a whole lot of working on the sermon. And what's amazing to me is how God will use a person who's disciplined and dedicated to get quiet. And let me tell you, folks, it's not easy. A lot of people think pastoring is easy because all you do is what you see on Sunday morning. But let me tell you, that is such a small part of what we pastors do. On top of having to make budget and pay bills and raise money and deal with all kind of volunteers and to have a family life and have some type of social life, I mean, on top of all of that, you have to stay relevant, you have to stay fresh, and you have to have a fresh word every single Sunday, every single Wednesday. And let me tell you, to do that, we have to say no to a lot of things. There's times I want to just hang out at the park or hang out at the beach all day. I can't, because I have to get quiet. And depending on the individual, like me, I'm a type A person, and I'm like really energetic. And so it takes me longer to get still. It takes me longer to get quiet. And I don't know why I'm rattling like this. I'm just sort of telling you that there's a whole lot more to it. And the miracle is, when I stand up there Sunday morning and speak to hundreds of people, and any pastor for that matter, and that one teaching hits everybody at the same time, and everybody gets exactly what they need. To me, that's huge, man. That is powerful. And really, I don't think there's anything in the world greater than helping a person's life change through the local church. I mean, there's a lot of things I can do. I think a lot of pastors are gifted at a lot of things. But, you know, those of us who do this full time, we choose to make a difference in life through the local church. I don't think there's anything greater. I really don't. Anyway, this Sunday I'm going to be sharing something that's very, very impactful. And I've done my part. I've gotten quiet before God, and I'll still do more of that before Sunday. And He'll give me more instructions. But I feel this thing in me almost like a woman pregnant. I know Sunday I'm going to give birth. I'm going to give birth to something big. And I want you to be there. 10 o'clock this Sunday at the Miracle Center. It's going to be awesome. And what I'm going to share with you, I'm telling you right now, it's one of the most powerful, purposeful, and quite frankly, the most penetrating truth that I've shared in a while. And I don't want you to miss it. I honestly feel this Sunday I have a prophetic word for you. Just for you. You who are watching. God knew you would be watching this. He knows what you need. And I have it for you Sunday, 10 a.m. I hope to see you. I'll talk to you later. God bless.